Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you are doing well. I am quite good. We had another press conference dealing with spring football on Wednesday. Van Malone, the associate head coach, in there. So we talked a little bit about the cornerbacks and defense and what he sees from receivers. And then we had 4 players come in, 2 of them defensive ends. 2 of them very large defensive ends, including Chiddi Obiazor, who is just a sophomore and is 6'6", 275. And it's good weight. You can see the photo that I put up on the front as a perfect example of that. And Tobi Osunsanmi. I don't know. I know how to say his name, and I looked down at it. Okay. 6'4", 6'5", 246. He's just thick, man. I got to see that dance again. But the defensive ends this season are going to be really good, as they were last year. But you take Brendan Mott off, how do you replace him? Well, we asked that question last year. How do you replace Felix Anudike-Uzomah? And you know what? They did, with a former walk-on. And these dudes aren't former walk-ons. Let's go through this depth chart, at least how I perceive it at this point. Because this was a deep position last year. And with Cody Stufflebean coming back for his bonus season, it's going to be really deep again. Now, I'm going to be blunt here. I don't know how much Cody will play overall. He might be a starter, but when you have Chiddi out there, able to come in, certainly on run situations, but I think he's a good enough athlete to play every down. We'll see how they use him. He's a sophomore, as I mentioned earlier. You've got 3 other sophomores, Travis Bates, who came in last year, Ryan Davis and Jordan Allen. All those dudes can play. All of them. They all made plays last year. In fact, they might have all had sacks last year. You add in Stufflebean and Tobi, and that's a great 3 deep for defensive ends. Oh, but Ja'Shawn Ross comes in from Alabama, the Kansas City, Missouri transfer, coming home-ish. And now you've got more than a 3 deep, and he's going to play. I don't know where these guys are going to play. Maybe they should just design an all safety and defensive end defense. I mean, you can use VJ Payne as a corner in that. Let's simplify things. We got enough players in these 2 groups. The rest of you go take a break. Look, being able to attack an opposing offense off the edge in passing situation is absolutely essential to your success in college football. If you can't get pressure and be disruptive on a quarterback in college football right now, you can't bank on those quarterbacks missing. Because you also can't bank on your corner or safety or even linebacker being able to hold coverage and not screw up on the back end. Let's be blunt. A lot of times in college football, there's a lot of open receivers. Confusion, chaos, and suckage all can show up on any play. And if you have a decent quarterback, first down, and you keep the sticks moving. But that defensive end, well, that dude can change everything. And we know that through the history of K-State. We've seen it time and time again. So, which of these guys will be the starters? Well, maybe Stufflebean. I don't know. But I know this. The rotation is deep, it's good, and it gives K-State a lot of defensive flexibility. On passing downs, they can go to a 4-man front, as they did last year, and use all defensive ends that can flat rush the quarterback. Going to be a fun season. That's the defensive ends, man. Always one of the best positions at K-State. But this group of 7 players, 5 are freshmen and sophomores. So they've only just begun.